Hello everybody, and welcome back to my 13th Flosstube? I think? No, this is number 12. Alright, welcome back to my 12th Flosstube. Wow, a lot has happened since I last talked to you guys. I'm so excited for this episode, I can't even tell you. So let's get right into it. I have got 2 new patterns and like 3 finishes, which is super exciting, although one of them is not mine, it's my test stitcher's finish. So, here we go. If you didn't see my last video, it was all about how to design your own cross-stitch pattern, and I'm super proud of that video. It turned out really good, and the pattern that I designed in the video was for my mom. She had given me the suggestion of 3 tulips to put in the pattern, and I just took it and ran with it. And she didn't know I was designing and stitching the pattern the whole time. And then at the end of the video, I posted a video of me giving it to her, and she loved it, and I'm so happy. She has the pattern now, but I'm gonna put up a picture right here of the pattern, the fully finished, and it turned out so good. It's so cute and pink and just happy. I was planning on giving it to her for Valentine's Day, and then like they got sick, and then we got sick, and I wasn't able to give it to her until like literally the end of February. But that's okay. Everything went well. She loves it. It's an adorable pattern. You can find it in my website, because I finally have a website of my own now. I am also excited to announce that. It is worldonastringbydara.com. So I will link that below in the description for you. I have worked really hard to get that all set up and nice and organized and set up for digital downloads and everything. So that should be good to go. So now I've got a website, I've got an Etsy shop, and I've got a Ko-Fi. So I've got multiple options there for following along. In addition to my website, I now have an email list. So if you want to stay up on things I'm designing, future collaborations I'm participating in, I'll talk more about that in the video later on in the video. New patterns, I think I already said that, and any events and new videos, please subscribe to my email list. I'm super excited to get that going. So those are 2 new exciting announcements. The other pattern that I finished, and I do actually have this one here, is the first in a cross-stitch smalls collection that I'm starting called Terrific Teapots. And this first little pattern is my little licorice teapot. I'll put some pictures up closer because I know my camera doesn't autofocus, but he's super cute, and I am so happy with how he turned out. Oh my goodness. So the Terrific Teapots collection is a collection of basically little cutesy kawaii teapots, and I'm designing the teapots based on how I feel like the tea tastes, or like comes across to me when I think about that tea. Like the shape of the teapot, the colors, everything. So, yeah, this is the first one. This is the first installment in the collection, is Mr. Licorice. And I'm currently working on chamomile and jasmine as well for the next few patterns coming up. So keep your eyes out for those ones. But I'm so excited to share this little guy with you. He's just too cute. And I love how finishing him turned out. I took ribbon and I wrapped it around the hoop and just kind of glued it down, and then secured the backing, and then just tied a little ribbon bow at the top, and he sits on my wall and he's super cute. So there is Mr. Licorice for you. He's adorable, and turquoise is also my favorite color. So my favorite tea kind of gets my favorite color, because this color here is the color of the licorice flowers. I mean, it's fairly close. I didn't do it perfectly color accurate, but these little flowers here are supposed to represent actual licorice root flowers. And then the licorice root is what makes the tea. So if you haven't tried licorice tea, you should go try licorice tea because it's delicious. And yeah, so that is my newest little pattern. And I just love it. I'm so excited. Okay, I should rephrase. My newest finished pattern. Because I've got like 50 patterns that I'm designing right now. So that's that little guy. So I've got Totally Tulips for you. I've got Licorice Tea. The other finish that isn't mine, but it is my pattern, is the Rainy Day freebie. So I think last Flosstube I announced that I had a little freebie called Rainy Day, and it looks like this. It is a cute little umbrella that says, "Oh, I love a rainy night," based on the oldie song that I grew up with. And my dear test stitcher Renee finally finished test stitching it for me. So unfortunately, I've already got it in the mail for her, of course, like the day before I finish or film my floss tube. So I can't actually show it to you in person, but here's a picture of it finished. I'm so happy with the colors and how it turned out. It's just a super cute pattern. So you can get this guy in my Ko-Fi or on my website as a free download. And it's just for you to enjoy. Those were my finishes. Those were my 2 finishes for the past month. I have a lot of stuff I've been working on otherwise that has led to me not cross-stitching as much. But it's super exciting and does have to do with cross-stitch, so stay with me. The one non-my pattern whip that I have is the Farming Magic SAL from Flossie Fox Shop. I will pull up for you right here. We're all good, you guys. I almost lost my needle. But I believe the Farming Magic SAL is on the week 3 release at this point. So I'm still behind, but I'm still having fun with the pattern because it's super fun. And I love Andrea. So I've completed part 1 and I'm midway in part 2. And this is what it looks like. I'll put up a closer video here as well. But I did a lot of the finishing the flowers on the fences and a lot of the green, the little, like, I feel like they're confetti grass. That's what I call it. And she loves to do confetti grass and sparkles everywhere. So I did a lot of the grass in part 2 and I'm almost done with the sheep as well. And there's going to be some little chickens in the corner over here and a little, like, bell post on the top left. I know my directions. And then that'll be part 2. And then part 3 she released like a few weeks ago, I think. And it goes out this way and there's a little cat in a well and it's super adorable. So I was able to work a little bit on this one, which was super fun. I'm using all the called for DMC as well as the, the fabric is an 18 count opalescent Aida. And it just adds to the magic flair and I think it's adorable. So that is the only, like, non-me whip that I've been working on lately. But it's fun. So I'm still enjoying it. Having a lot of fun. I cannot wait for part 4 and, like, the rest of the pattern. It's going to be so cute. So another pattern that I will hint for you is the one that I just mentioned was the second installment in the Terrific Teapots collection. I'm working on the chamomile one, and I'll put up a picture of what it's supposed to look like as a little teaser for you. I guess it's not really a teaser if I show you what it looks like, but it's cute anyway. And this is how far I am on it. So I've got most of the body of the teapot filled in, and the outline. So I'm getting down to just the details at this point. The little white flowers on the inside of the teapot, the base, the little handle, and then of course the border and the words when I'm done. So not too much longer to go on this one, and the chamomile teapot will match little licorice on the wall. So lots of progress made on this guy, because I mean I started it and I've done most of the stitching so far on it. So that's super fun. I'm super excited to release this one. And then I've got my test stitcher Renee working on the jasmine teapot, which you guys are gonna have to wait to get a preview on that one. The chamomile teapot, I'm using just all the DMCs that I designed for it, and then I'm stitching it, I believe, on just an 18 count like cream. It was an unlabeled fabric that I had in my stash, so it's definitely more of like a yellowish fabric, which I thought yellow on yellow wouldn't look good, but the colors I picked out actually work together really well, so hopefully you can see that in the camera. I have got a super exciting announcement, but I'm gonna go for my crochet whips first. And I have made huge progress on that. I'll have to put a video up of this one because I don't have a good way to like model it here for you, but I made massive progress on my elf coat pattern from Morale Fiber. I've been working on it for like 2 years now, and finally just decided to crank in the last Mindful Creators movie night that we had. So if you haven't heard me talk about the Mindful Creators before, it is a lovely community made by my friend Fem. Femke. Fem is short for Femke, and she's in the Netherlands and she loves knitting and crochet. I'll tag her channel in the description below because you should definitely go check her out if you like those crafts. She's just darling to listen to, and she's adorable, and I love her so much. So she has a community that I'm a tester for right now. I believe it goes live in April. It's going to be like a paid knitting and crochet community, and she's got a bunch of us test stitching for it, or not test stitching, testing the community out. So going to events, testing out the platform that she's hosting it on, and one of the events that I went to was a movie night, and we watched Don't Worry Darling, which was, I really enjoyed that movie. It's a more of a dark psychological thriller, I guess you would call it, but I enjoyed it. It was a good movie, and during the movie night I worked a lot on the second and final sleeve for my elf coat, and I finished it and I attached it that night. So now what has been a lump of fabric for the last year is now resembling a coat, and I'm super excited about that. So the only thing I have left to do for that pattern is I have to put a border on the sleeves, it's like just a double crochet border, I think, and then I need to finish crocheting the hood and attach it, and then I'm supposed to do a border around the whole like edge of the coat and hood, and that's where you add the buttons and stuff. So I'm like super close to finishing it. There's a few more Mindful Creators events left in the testing period, so I'm really hoping I can just crank it out and get that project done, because it's just been in progress for almost over 2 years now. It's definitely been over 2 years now, so I'm excited to have it done and actually wear it, because it's super cozy and just really unique. So there's that whip. And finally, drumroll, I am launching my own SAL, or Stitch Along, starting in May. So I have been super busy test stitching this guy lately. This is where like all of my cross stitching brain space and time has been going to. I don't want to hold it up because it's a mystery SAL. It's gonna be a mystery SAL, and I'll put a little like sneak peek preview right here. But I am so excited for this, you guys. It's one of my biggest patterns to date. I believe it's going to be a 6 or 7 month mystery SAL, so it will end, I believe the last part releases in October. So it'll go May, June, July, August, September, October. And I am so excited. It's a very different style pattern than I have released before. It's a little similar to, I forgot, I have got another pattern that I released. I haven't actually stitched it up yet, so that's probably why I forgot about it. But it's called Story Fairy, and I'll put a picture of it right here. It's just a cute little, like, whimsical design of a magical girl telling a story with ships and treasure chests and stuff. So the mystery SAL is more similar to that style of art that I have. It's going to be very fantastical. I'm calling it the Ice and Fire Stitch Along. So it is full of magical creatures that are ice and fire related, and kind of explores, like, the last part of the SAL is a mystery because you're going to see what happens when the worlds of ice and fire collide. So yeah, it's going to be a 6-month mystery SAL, and pre-orders for the pattern, or I guess just the informational files, like for the DMC and the fabric recommendations and like the release map, come out on April 1st. So keep your eye out for that. I'll send an email out on my email list, and I'll, announce it on my Instagram for sure. So make sure you're following me in those places. I might do a little like announcement video on for a Flosstube extra as well. We'll see. But yeah, I'm so excited for this stitch along. Here's the little graphic I made for it. It definitely communicates a little more of the artsy vibe that I have for it. So if you're looking for a fun stitch along to join, keep your eyes peeled for that. So, other big plans that I have been working on. It has been a whole month since I talked to you last, and there have been big things happening in, like, legit the last 2 weeks. So, I believe it was like 2.5 or 3 weeks ago, Pixel Pixie X Stitch, I'll tag her below, she put up a like Instagram thing in her story saying, hey, I'm starting a designer community with my friend Dr. Christy. And it's for any designer, like, old designer, new designer, no matter how many followers you have, as long as you're actively selling patterns, I'm having a little designer community. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm starting to design my own patterns. I'll go check it out. And this thing has blown up, you guys. Like, what started as maybe 10 people in the first few days has now grown to like 65 designers in this group. And Christy from Pixel Pixie and Christy from Dr. Christy have been so kind to me as I've joined the group. They invited me to be a mod, so I'm a mod helping them in this community now, and we're organizing so many cool collaborations and projects that I wanted to share about. So another pattern that I've designed is for the Earth Day collaboration. It is coming out on April 15th. We'll give sneak peeks of the patterns a little closer to the due date, or not due date, but the release date. And I can't tell you how many amazing patterns are in this collaboration. We've got, I don't even know how many designers helping to contribute to this, but it's going to be incredible. It's releasing on April 15th, and I think we've got like 20 to 30 designers designing a pattern for this. When it releases, I believe all donations are going to, Carbon 180 charity. And then you will get access to all 20 to 30 patterns. I can't remember how many designers are contributing, but you will get access to all of those patterns immediately, which is a serious steal. So We are running this collaboration, I believe, from April 15th to, I think it's just 4 weeks, so a whole month. So as it gets closer, we will share more updates on, pattern previews and whatnot. And then on the day of launch, we'll of course show all the patterns. So stay tuned for that, because that's a super cool collaboration. I've already got my design done, and actually my mom, day by day with Dana, is test stitching it for me. So I'm super excited. She's sending me little update pictures every day, and it's looking so cute. It's just a little teeny tiny pattern, but I think you guys will really like it. So there's that collab. And then the last other big collaboration is a for-profit collaboration. The Earth Day collab is a non-profit collab. I guess I should mention that the designer group name is the Stitchers Collective. Dr. Christie's husband made this lovely little logo for the designer group. And yeah, so all of the nonprofit collaborations are going to be under the Stitchers Collective, which also, by the way, has an Instagram account. And on that Instagram account, we share and promote all of the designers that are in that Discord group that we have. So if you want to see a bunch of different smaller designers that you maybe haven't seen before, definitely check out that Instagram account, because there's a huge variety and it's really, really neat to see everyone. The last collaboration that we're working on, it's not going to be sold under the Stitchers Collective name, because we don't want to turn that into like a business, because none of us have time for that. So that is going to be the Earth Day collab, and everything is going to be separate from this new collab that I'm talking about. And so a bunch of the designers and I have kind of banded together to start a small little magazine, like a digital magazine. I don't think there's really quite a timeline defined for how often we're going to release it. Like, we're going to see how the first 1 or 2 does before, committing. But we want to do a little zine, because we call it zine, like magazine, but we're just saying the last 4 letters, a little zine, because a lot of us have more modern design styles that maybe some of the bigger magazines don't necessarily want to branch out and put in their magazine. A lot of them still have very traditional styles and art that they only accept. So kind of to not combat, but have other options out there. We're going to try doing a little digital magazine with all of our designs in them. So this is going to be a bit smaller than the Earth Day collab. I think we're aiming for 10 to 12 designers per little digital magazine. And we have voted on a theme and have started designing. And 3 of us are kind of the admin team behind it all. And that is Katie from Pibble Patterns, Jen from the Stitch Crypt, and then me. And us 3 are kind of working on all of the logistics behind the scenes, putting the actual magazine together, and we're aiming for the first one to come out mid-June. So that's super exciting. If you want to stay up to date on kind of when that's all coming out, to see previews of patterns, definitely give us a follow on Instagram at follow me, Jen, Katie, and of course the Stitchers Collective will probably promote it as well, since a lot of us will be in there. So yeah, that's super exciting. I'm really interested to see how it will do, because I really love all of the designs that people are coming up with so far, and I think it's a really unique way to get our names out there. So if that sounds like a fun idea to you, let me know. I love getting feedback on that kind of thing. So yeah, those are like all of the big things that are happening in my world right now, taking up quite a bit of, brain space and time, but I'm having so much fun, and the community that Christy at Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch. The community she's created is just super, super fun and encouraging, and I'm really having a lot of fun with it. So definitely stay tuned for all of that. Oh, I should probably mention, I'm also doing a giveaway right now because I hit 300 followers on Instagram. So the giveaway is Instagram specific. So if you have an account there, you can find all of the details in my latest post. The giveaway is only going to last until Friday of this week, which I believe is the 24th of March. So if you want a chance to win a pattern, a free pattern from my shop, then head on over to Instagram and follow the rules in my latest post, and good luck. So this is probably going to be a shorter floss tube. I know I didn't have too much stitching to talk about, but there's going to be a lot of stitching to talk about in the next ones for sure, as I continue working on stuff and starting my SAL release, and once these collaborations really start ramping up, I am just so excited to share everything with you guys. So thank you so much for watching this video, my floss tube. I appreciate everyone who always watches my videos and comments. I love reading every single one of your comments and replying to them. So yeah, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. Oh, and you want to remember, do something that makes you crafty happy every single day. Bye. My goodness. That was my husband. And we're rolling. Cool. Okay. And that's the door. Excuse me. So, because I've been working on... I lost my needle. Oh my gosh. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I found it.